The medium of podcasting and the personal nature of it, the relationship you build with your listeners, and the relationship they have with you. They could be just sitting here, chuckling and listening. There is nothing like that.
Look for the silver lining whenever a cloud appears in the blue.
Hello and welcome to Between Us. Make every conversation count. I'm your host Santosh Kumar. And today, I'm going to dive into a phenomenon that's reshaping the media landscape. And that is the podcast boom. I'm a podcaster and a storyteller myself. So I thought, why not talk about the rapid growth of podcasts, their impact on traditional media, and what this means for both content creators and the end consumers. So let's talk about the audio revolution together. Recent research have shown that podcasts have experienced exponential growth over the past decade. As of June 2024, there were over 95 million episodes published on Apple Podcasts, a significant increase from 18.5 million in 2018. The surge is not just in quantity, but also in listenership. In the United States, the number of podcast listeners is projected to reach 109.1 million in 2024, marking a 5.2 increase from the earlier year. Now, there are several factors that contributed to this growth. First and foremost being accessibility. Podcasts are available on various platforms, making them easily accessible to anyone with an internet connection. Second, diverse content. From true crime to self-help, podcasts cover an extensive range of topics, catering to niche interests. And third, and the most important one, convenience. Listeners can enjoy podcasts while commuting, exercising, or performing household chores, integrating seamlessly into their daily routines. This rise isn't confined just to US. In Spain, for instance, podcast consumption grew by 30% over the past year, with 1 in 3 Spotify users in the country tuning into podcasts. Now, the podcast boom has significantly impacted the traditional media outlets. Let's look at each one of them. Radio. While radio remains relevant, especially for live events and music, podcasts offer on-demand content, leading to a shift in audience preferences. Traditional radio stations are adapting by integrating podcasts into their programming to cater to changing audience preferences. Let's look at television. With the rise of podcasts, audiences now receive diverse narratives from varied sources, splintering the media landscape. Traditional cable news has seen a notable decline in viewership, especially among younger audiences, with a 32% drop compared to 2020. Let's look at the print media. Newspapers and magazines face challenges as audiences turn to podcasts for news and storytelling, prompting many to launch their own podcasts to retain readership. This shift has led to a more fragmented media environment where audiences live in segmented echo chambers, impacting political communication and engagement. For content creators, the podcasting landscape represents both opportunities and challenges. Let's look at it one by one. First and foremost, low barrier to entry. Starting a podcast requires a minimal investment, allowing diverse voices to emerge. This democratization has led to a proliferation of content with over 460,000 active podcasts as of June 2024. Now, another important aspect is monetization. The global podcasting market size was valued at 18.52 billion in 2022 and is estimated to expand at compound annual growth rate of 27.6% from 2023 to 2030. Advertisers are increasingly drawn to podcasts for their unique ability to reach highly dedicated and engaged audiences. Let's look at some of the challenges. First and foremost is discoverability. With millions of podcasts available, standing out requires strategic marketing and consistent quality. Content quality is another challenge. As the market becomes saturated, maintaining high production values and engaging content is crucial for retaining listeners. Now let's look at the listener's standpoint and what does the podcast boom mean for them? First, personalized content. Listeners can now choose content that aligns with their interests, leading to a more personalized media experience. Two, community building. Podcasts often foster communities of like minded individuals, enhancing the sense of connection amongst listeners. And three, educational value. Many podcasts provide in depth discussions on various topics, contributing to lifelong learning. However, the abundance of content can be overwhelming, making it challenging to discover high quality podcasts. Listeners may also encounter echo chambers where they're exposed only to perspectives that reinforce their existing beliefs. Looking ahead, several trends are shaping the future of podcasting. First, integration with other media. Podcasts are increasingly being integrated with video content, live events, and interactive platforms, offering a more immersive experiences. Second, the technological advancements. Improvements in AI and machine learning are enhancing content recommendations and personalization for listeners. And finally, regulation and monetization models. As the industry grows, discussions around content regulation, advertising standards, and fair compensation for creators are becoming more prominent. The podcasting industry's innovative engagement strategies and rapid growth indicate further disruption in traditional media's advertising landscape. It's time to embrace the audio revolution. The podcast boom signifies a transformative shift in how we consume media. For creators, it offers a platform to share diverse voices and stories. For listeners, it provides a personalized and engaging way to access content. As we navigate this evolving landscape, embracing opportunities and addressing the challenges will be key to harnessing the full potential of audio content. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the podcasting phenomenon. If you found this episode insightful, please share it with others and subscribe to the Between Us podcast for more in-depth discussions on topics that shape our world. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, keep listening, and keep the conversation going.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Between Us podcast. This podcast was recorded at Manikpot Studios in Chembur, Mumbai. Our sound engineer is Moinak Chakraborty. The producer is Santosh Kumar and the associate producer is Samyak Kamble. The Between Us podcast uploads episodes weekly and we'll see you next time.